And we are now live with episode 3 of 3 Minute in Opinion. I have two co-hosts, Tom Kearns and Brian Pickerel. My name is Brad Lambert. Welcome to the show.
Proof that you can.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I had to take a Spark off mute so he wouldn't ruin the opening like he normally does.
I was wondering why I was on mute.
You know, I'm going to just start unmuting myself.
All right. This is Brian. What were you saying?
So we're going by name and not gamer tags now.
Well, we're on YouTube. It's under my name. It's like attached to my name, the account of my name. So, do we really need to be anonymous anymore under gamer tags?
Not like mine's anonymous anyway, but you know.
Right.
I was anonymous till you ruined it.
Oh, you were?
Oh well.
Just
pack
just
up, kids. We gotta leave.
Just to let the viewers know that we are broadcast. Two of us are broadcasting from the 10th worst city, a sinful city in the country. So yay! We rock.
Where Boston was on that.
Yep. 10th most sinful, mostly because of lust.
Because of what?
You know,
lust.
Oh, lust. That's it.
Yep. That's it.
In Richmond.
Yep.
Wow.
Whores.
So apparently that's because what was it? You could have warned me we were going to talk about this. Apparently,
I thought the whole point of this show was just to talk off the cuff and not have any plan.
Yeah, well, it does help that I have it in front of me. But yeah, anyway, yeah, mostly because of lust, not because of anything else. I think it's because, let's see, most Tinder profiles, most Ashley Madison accounts, that sort of shit. So
people still use Ashley Madison. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised.
I mean, honestly, were there any women on Ashley Madison to begin with?
No, it was just a bunch of guys pretending to be women.
Are there any women on Tinder, really?
I don't know.
You know, I'd have to guess yes or no because I'm not on either one of those services. I have.
Let's see.
I'm married.
Neither am I, but I'm guessing if it's like Craigslist, I'm going with probably no.
Yeah, it's we rank number 1 in lust because it is based on potential cheaters, measured by the number of Ashley Madison users per capita, adult entertainment establishments per capita,
which is really odd because there's no nudity allowed in strip clubs in Virginia.
That's true. You have to wear pasties.
Yes, there's no nudity. So what the hell? What the hell?
Teen birth rate, number of births per 1,000 female residents aged 15 to 19, and most active Tinder users ranking.
So we got the most pregnancy in the Roy Moore age group?
Apparently so. You'd think he was running here and not in Alabama.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to hell for that one.
No, you're not. No, Roy Moore might be going to hell.
But you know, okay. I don't like to talk all about politics on this show, but isn't it Alabama? Isn't that the state where it's illegal for 16-year-olds to be strippers?
It wouldn't surprise me. But
I think the age of consent is 16, but only with a family member.
Oh my God.
Or am I confusing that with West Virginia?
Is that with them present? Oh, never mind. I just got it.
You sure got a pretty mouth.
Squeal like a pig, boy.
Squeal. Oh.
Right.
So yeah.
So we actually do have some news here. I think the
Okay.
last episode we talked about the shitstorm that Battlefront 2 started with their microtransactions, and
Yeah.
well, it's come full circle now where they completely removed that and said, oh, it might come back at a later date, quote later date, and the sales are down 60%. I think I saw.
Oh gosh, I just saw the number. It was like 2 point something billion.
3 billion.
Yeah, is what the loss
Stock
was.
valuation though, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
for EA, unfortunately, that's just not much money.
But the problem is they have an update that's coming out, and the update comes out like the middle of December, where they add 2 new characters, and the fear is are they going to add some cosmetic microtransactions or loot boxes back into it?
And as long as it's cosmetic and not for characters,
Who cares?
exactly. And as long as
I'm perfectly fine with that.
and as long as it has nothing to do with a pink Darth Vader outfit.
Oh,
Oh
come
gosh.
on. Who doesn't want Darth Kitty?
Darth Kitty rare.
So apparently they're not making Darth Vader for the hipster generation.
God, where was the quote? Because I read it and it was so stupid that I had to take a picture of it. This is Blake Jorgensen. Pretty sure that's a hand lotion. But anyway, Blake Jorgensen from EA. If we're not making mistakes along the way and learning from them, that's when you know you should worry about us.
Huh?
I saw that and it's like, oh no, please tell me he didn't say that. He did.
Okay, so what's the over under that Disney was the one who pushed the microtransaction, and right now it's EA saying, yeah, thank you, sir, may I have another, from the general public, because they don't want to piss off Disney.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Mickey went full mouse all over him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened.
Right.
Disney doesn't want to look bad. They get a movie coming out.
And the game is an important part of the marketing of the movie, apparently. Well, maybe not important, but
And they've done worse to people. Cue any Disney child actor.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that's really the one big gaming thing going on, is the hate, the outstanding hate for EA and net neutrality, I guess.
Yeah, there's that little thing that is just.
Oh, don't get me going on net neutrality again.
It's over. So next episode there will be a
$3 fee to watch our cast.
Doing it, yeah. You're gonna have to have the YouTube pack for assholes, and that's gonna cost $49.95 a month extra on your Verizon bill, which is probably a good thing because then you don't have to listen to us. Oh wait, you don't have to anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the difference when they start charging and go full capitalism on the internet? What's the difference between us and China?
Well, China, you can't get to it at all. This you can get to it.
Here's the thing. From what I understand of the issue, that as of right now, they have no plan on charging us extra. They're going to charge the services like Netflix extra, which will cause Netflix to charge extra.
Raise prices, exactly. But there's also nothing stopping that.
Right, but right now that there's I put there are no plans in quotation marks to start nickel diming us for every single service that we want to use.
Oh, I had Xfinity call yesterday, and it kind of like sent my spidey senses tingling. They called offering new plans in my area. I didn't talk to them, but they called to offer new plans.
At least they're offering new plans.
Yeah, which it's like maybe I should call and lock something in before. I don't know.
That 2-year agreement with you will lock you in, but not them in. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, Ranger or Tom, I love the EA product placement you have in the background there. Perfect.
Oh yeah, that's a big piece of crap. Literally.
Is that for you to throw shit at when you get mad at Battlefront? Yeah.
Well, it's actually you unfold it and you just take the basketballs and you just throw them that way. It's one of those basketball hoop things.
Gotcha.
It was $20.
I don't know if you saw the most recent Ars article on the net neutrality. To jump back to that, the day that the chairman of the FCC announced his version to eliminate net neutrality, Comcast changed the wording on their net neutrality page that says Comcast doesn't prioritize internet traffic or create paid fast lanes. That's since been removed since it was announced.
Now, was this the one was this the one the statement they made the day of that announcement?
Yeah, it was the day after. It was the day after they removed that the paid prioritization pledge was nowhere to be found on that page and remains absent now.
Can I play devil's advocate on that real quick? Before all this part about net neutrality, they had the statement saying we will not create paid they'll not have paid lanes and stuff like that. They will not have they list like 3 things that they would not have. The day of the announcement, they knocked that down to 2 things. One of those things mysteriously disappeared, and then it disappeared. Can I just say, play devil's advocate, say they thought they realized what they got caught doing, and they said, okay, let's take it all down and announce it later on. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what did happen, but could that have happened?
Well, since it's been since April, and they haven't put it back up, I doubt that.
Oh, okay, so it was April that it went down.
Yeah, they pulled it down April 27th that they would not have paid prioritization for traffic. And of course, since they can do it one way, since this essentially removes the FCC's ability to do anything for the internet, sure, they can say right now, we're not going to charge users for that, but there's no stopping them. There's nothing, there are no mechanisms in place to prevent that.
I'll be willing to bet that there's one place that they will not be charging people no matter what. Is places where they have competition.
But if you think about it, there's no real competition. Who do Comcast and Verizon compete with?
But see, and here's the one interesting thing I thought about this: losing net neutrality will also allow for other people to compete with them. It will get rid of the, for instance, Virginia. Virginia has this arcane law that says that you can have an internet, but you have to jump through so many hoops, it almost becomes impossible to do so.
But how does that change Virginia's law?
Because this supposedly overrides that, because they say they're also creating a way for that no states can actually pass their net neutrality laws. So if that law gets overridden by this whatever they call it, the Free Internet Act or whatever the hell it's called, will that mean that people can start their own ISPs and compete with Comcast and Verizon? That's my hope.
But to do that to begin with, you've got to have billions.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, you do, because think about it.
Okay. But I'm not talking about people who are. I'm not talking about like a nationwide thing or a statewide thing. I'm talking about like broadband groups. What do you call them?
We had it. With dial-up, you had dozens of ISPs.
Right.
But let's look at what it would cost just for this area to start an ISP that you would still need to get service from one of the big providers for your back-end circuits. I can't just magically create an OC12 and connect it to the internet. It connects in. The internet is the backbone is owned by different people. There are different backbones. I've got to plug into somebody's backbone to run a backbone yourself and own those lines. That's a fortune. That's Verizon. That's WorldCom is owned by Verizon. but it's at that level. They still get their circuits from those guys. That's the level that they can set this at. It's not just at the end user's level. Sure, I can create it, but then I've got to pay for my circuits to go over Verizon, over Comcast, over whoever, and they can still choose to prioritize traffic there. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I think I see what you're saying, but I could have sworn elsewhere that people, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how it's done specifically, but there have been instances where communities create their own municipal broadband group.
And Verizon and Comcast have fought that tooth and nail.
Right, and that's my point. And this would, I don't think it will, but I've heard that my hope is that eventually that will be what this brings. The ability, the elimination of the monopolies that's that's what's really killing the net right now. The lack of ability to compete.
But competition costs billions of dollars, even on a small scale in a medium-sized city, because whose wires are you going to use? You got to get the rights to run those wires, everything. Not to mention that the counties, Henrico County themselves, it took them forever to get Verizon in here because Henrico County wouldn't allow it, and that created competition between Comcast and Verizon. Okay, that's Republicans and Democrats. There is no difference. So
I just think we should get rid of politicians. Period.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to drag this in to a political thing.
But can we just all
wait for that?
Can we all just agree that we hate that pie guy from the FCC?
Easily.
In protest, I had no pie for Thanksgiving. Well, that wasn't true.
Okay.
But it's not.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just wish we could govern ourselves and just just get the hell out. Everybody else.
The only thing I'm going to say on it, and what I think a lot of people forget, is that the way the Constitution and the way everything was written was to give states and everything more power than the federal government. That's how it was written. But yeah, that's a separate topic altogether.
And building on that conversation, and that's exactly what. And I'm not stumping for Donald Trump at all. I've never been a supporter of his, but that's what he's been doing. He's been dismantling a lot of regulations that have been hampering people.
Hampering who though? Hampering who?
Well,
Verizon. And Verizon doesn't really seem to be hampered by much.
That's net neutrality, but net neutrality is that is in line with what else he's doing. One of the case in points is not even has anything to do with net neutrality. It's the Paris Climate Accords. He took that out of the federal government's hands and put it in the states' hands and said, states, if you want to do this, you can do this. We're not going to do it. And that was what I wanted. I want to save our environment. I want low emission standards and stuff like that. I don't want the federal government telling me that. I want my state government telling me that. Period. But I'm a libertarian.
Yeah, but here's the thing: so Virginia's doing it, that's great. But now West Virginia builds, 50% more coal plants. The winds blow east. Now who's getting polluted? And we can't do it. Virginia can't do anything about it because of West Virginia's, because it's coming from West Virginia.
Actually, I'll say more along the lines of Washington D.C., which would we even notice if they've got polluted?
I'm just giving you an example. Again, it's
I
affecting
think
the entire country.
I think my point is stop regulating. I would like less regulation in the government, the federal government, and more in the state government, because that's the whole purpose of how the Constitution was set up. And wow, we've gone full politician here, full politics.
Yeah, let's back out of this one.
Yeah,
because we're gonna this will consume everything, and then we won't be talking at the bus stop. So,
I did see a funny political cartoon, and this will be the last I'll talk about it. It basically showed a Thanksgiving dinner with like just horrifically the tables were turned over, the curtains were on fire, and the knives were planted inside on the table, and it says, "I told you not to bring up Trump."
Oh, there were no dead bodies, so I guess it turned out okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was family. Anyway, all right. So what else? Do we want to talk in the Avengers, the Infinity War?
Oh, I have something on the Infinity War I think is kind of funny.
Okay.
How come Thantos's chin looks like a scrotum?
I don't know. I was wondering why he looked more like Bruce Willis than anything else.
He did seem kind of relaxed and chill, as opposed to when he was, seeing people at his throne.
His chin looks like a scrotum. I mean, look at it.
I really wasn't paying attention to what scrotums look like on that.
Yeah, but now once you watch it, that's the only thing you're going to think about.
Yes, thank you very much. Because I was going to show that to my wife tonight. All right. So there's a theory that there's going to be at least 1 or 2 deaths of main characters, which is something I have been begging for Marvel movies to do, because they don't kill anybody.
God. Please kill Iron Man.
That was number 2 on the theory list.
Yeah, the other one's Captain America.
He's number 1.
Yeah, you gotta kill one of the major 2s.
He's not in uniform anymore. He's in the movie, but he's not in uniform anymore.
Not yet.
Yeah. No, he's in the trailer. I mean, he's in the movie.
Yeah, but I thought he was in his uniform.
No, he's in like this black, subdued looking outfit.
I'll have to watch that again, because I could have sworn he was in his outfit. It was just very dark. He came out of the shadows. But anyway,
I mean, maybe it's a subdued Captain America uniform, but
maybe he took off maybe it's no longer blue, red, white, and blue. It's now black, like blue, and with a couple stars. I don't know. We'll see. But I think Captain America and Tony Stark are going to go out. I mean, their contracts are almost up. They're getting to the point where they can't afford them. They want to move on. This is the perfect time to do it.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm trying to think of like, who are they going to get to replace? Because once they take those characters out, I mean, Marvel's going to keep making movies, but once you take those characters out, who are you going to use to replace?
Well, you got Captain Marvel.
Oh,
you have. But after a while, it's getting fatigued where you don't want to see Iron Man anymore.
Oh, I didn't.
Or Captain America.
The only thing about Iron Man is you can have him appear in other movies rather than a movie of himself. Which is what he's. I think they've done the run of Iron Man movies. Right,
and that's what I'm saying. I mean, you don't need Iron Man anymore. Have him go out in a blaze of glory.
That's how I'd like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then again, I don't like Iron Man.
Right, he is kind of a dick, isn't he?
Well, he was originally written. If you go back and you read stuff that Stan Lee said, he was originally written for people to hate him. I mean, so me hating him is just purely natural.
Yeah.
Captain America's suit is a subdued Captain America suit. It still has the star and everything on it. It's just a subdued version. It kind of looks like Bucky's uniform does, minus the metal arms. So.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we know one character's safe, or at least 2. We know Ant-Man and Spider-Man, because they have movies afterwards.
Is there a movie afterwards or before?
No, it's got
to be after.
Both come up after, yeah.
Okay.
But Paul Rudd is just so horrible. He's not even funny.
I liked Ant-Man. I thought it was good.
I thought Ant-Man was good too.
It was okay, but just Paul Rudd is just not funny. And maybe that's just me. But no, I mean, they still have Deadpool. I mean,
Deadpool's not.
No, he's not in this,
MCU.
but no, but he still has a bunch of this. I'm saying other characters for movies. They still have a bunch of other characters.
Deadpool is from Fox, not Disney.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. See, I see
That's
Marvel.
the reason why you have a rated R Deadpool. Disney would not allow a rated R Deadpool.
Yeah,
I bet you they would.
That's the my okay. This is a good segue to the Disney supposedly trying to buy Fox. My one major concern about all that, besides the fact that they have almost like the whole staple of Marvel superheroes at this point. My big problem was I don't want to lose the Deadpool movies or rated R Logan movies or something like that. Those are good movies.
You wouldn't, because if you remember back in the day, Disney owned, God, man,
Miramax.
they owned Miramax, they owned Touchstone, they owned all these other companies, and that is where they put their rated R movies through.
Right, but I kind of see what Brad's saying is because these are comic book characters. Disney likes to fit everything into their little bucket. You know,
I don't want to censor Deadpool.
So
I remember being deployed and everything, or being in Germany and watching AFN, the channels that the military we have out there. And there's this company out of Utah that will censor. They'll censor the movies, and it's just like the weirdest crap ever. So the guy says "what the fuck," but he doesn't say that. He says "what the fruit." And it's like,
those
really?
are the same ones they used to run back before. And you'll still see it. I mean, like if you've ever seen the censored version of the Blues Brothers.
Oh God,
it's hilarious.
It was like it's like you can't come up with another word. Fruit, really? That's what you're going with?
And so when did Star-Lord get a mustache?
I don't remember him having a mustache. Did he have one in the
He's got one in the trailer.
In the trailer, along with
Teenage
Groot.
I could have sworn he had one in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
No, he always had a scruffy look. I mean, this is a full-on porn stash.
No, I'm pretty sure he had a goatee and a mustache in 2.
Well, the goatee, but I don't see the goatee in this. I mean, it's just straight-on 70s porn stash.
Good. It's about time he caught up with things.
So.
But I'm not really interested in that right now because I have my favorite character who has a miniseries.
Punisher.
Oh, for the Punisher? Yeah. I need to catch up on Daredevil before I start that.
Daredevil season 1 and 2 are fantastic. 2 is probably better than 1.
I don't know, man. The Punisher is awesome. Holy crap!
I haven't seen the Punisher yet, but season 1 and 2 of Daredevil are really good. I highly recommend them.
When did the original? There was a Punisher that came out in like the late '80s, early '90s, and it had Dolph Lundgren in it. God. It's only taken like 25 some odd years for them to get the right Punisher. So it's taken a while. But
I think Marvel had to get the character back under Disney or get the rights to the character, and then they had Iron Man and all that to do. So he's kind of like in the third wave of and the movie, the TV shows, unfortunately, will never coexist with the movies.
No, and the Punisher's never been a main character. I mean, he's been my favorite character, him and Captain America, more so Punisher than Captain America, but he's been my favorite comic book hero, but he's not a main hero. You're not gonna see a series of Punisher movies. I think that was code for get off the TV.
No, that was my wife coming home from choir practice, and my 3-year-old won't come in and hug me because I'm talking because he hears other voices that he doesn't recognize.
Hi, Luke. You recognize this?
He said bye bye.
Oh, hi. How are you? Here, you want to get on camera? Here, get on camera.
It's a moose.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Luke.
They see you.
Look,
Hey,
there you
Lukey.
are.
Say
You
hi.
can't see me.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. It's Spark.
Come on, let's go to bed.
All right, sorry about the interruption, people. Yeah, but I mean, but I really like John Barathol. I didn't like him in The Walking Dead because he played a prick of a character, but he was good in it.
Yeah, but as the Punisher, he is freaking amazing.
Awesome. I definitely need to catch that.
I mean, I would say it's comparable to, he sets the premise now for the Punisher. Like Heath Ledger set the premise for the Joker.
Right.
I would put it on point with that. I mean, he makes a very, very, very good Punisher. Very good Punisher.
I
Oh,
can't wait to see it.
I did have a little bit of funny gaming news while we were, talking about EA. And this is mainly a PC game, but I found this rather funny. So there's this game called Star Citizen, which is like a space exploration kind of game. Well, they've added planets that you can now land on these planets. And I can't make this up. I mean, this was if you look back a while back ago, this was a Kickstarter. This was like their biggest Kickstarter, and the sheer amount of money raised for Star Citizen is astronomical. I'm not going to type it up to look, but you can search it, and the number's freaking huge. Anytime there's short money, they just like release more ships, and people just buy them up, and they just get more money. It's like the game that has no release date, just keeps going. Well, they have these virtual planets now. And they're selling they're selling land rights on these virtual planets for $50 each.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
I can't make this up. It's like you're selling fake land on a fake planet in a game for $50.
and people are buying it, so they must be successful.
Well, it's because people have this
solid a scheme as Bitcoin.
Yeah, it is because people buy anything for this game. But the funniest thing I saw was, because it's an anniversary, thing for this game since they started producing it. But it was this picture, and it 3 pictures. Because it's a 4-day event, and the first 3 pictures are a ship. A new ship being released, a new ship being released, a bigger ship being released, and then the bottom picture is Captain Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean holding up the jar and going, "Look, I got a jar of dirt." And it's like, oh my god, it's like this microtransaction crap's going too far.
Yeah, buying virtual real estate that you really can't do anything with.
Yeah, I can't really, put that down in a will. And to my son, I leave my virtual plot of land in Star Citizen. May you use it well.
What can they build a house or anything, or land a planet, or land a ship on it, or something?
Each will entitle the purchaser to a single 4-kilometer square plot zone for either commercial, residential, or industrial use. So in other words, they don't know.
Okay. If they can get away with it.
I'm gonna have to grab. I'm gonna have to grab it and put that thing in a will. They're gonna be so happy.
Yeah, I really doubt it's going to be there, but oh well.
But yeah. Oh gosh, no. And then there's that. And I have to laugh because I remember an episode. I remember the show 30 Rock.
Yes.
Okay, there was an episode where Brian Williams was yelling out the window, "Suck it, Lauer." I forget what episode it was, but it seems so relevant today.
Back to that, huh? As soon as you said Brian Williams and Matt Lauer, I was like, oh crap, here we go.
Because it's like, I'm just happy we made it 3 days. It's like, oh, we got another one.
Just wait till Tom Hanks, the news comes out about Tom Hanks. The whole world will melt down.
Mr. Rogers fingering puppets, Jim Henson sexually assaulting Kermit.
Not Yoda, just anybody but Yoda.
No, that was Frank Oz.
Oh, that's right, Frank Oz.
Hand up my ass, you see.
All right.
Smell funny, it does.
So the next episode that we might have will fall on December 13th, which is the day before the episode 8 releases. I'm not sure if we're going to have one that week, but we might have the one the week after that. Who knows? I don't know. I might be avoiding the internet, the entire internet by that point.
There's always text.
You wonder why I carry stick. How many more Yoda jokes can we get in before Brad mutes us?
Guess which orifice it is.
And well, that's since I muted the other two people, well, I'm going to hang up now. Everybody's great. I'm kidding. I'm not going to do it.
Hooray! I'm not muted anymore.
Yes, I know. I was only kidding. I think they're pretty funny jokes. I really don't care. If you can't laugh at with something that you like, you're taking it way too seriously. Speaking of that, check out this shirt that I have. See this shirt?
No,
Awesome
I see a bird.
Huh? Guess where I got that shirt? Guess where I got this shirt?
At the thrift store for 99 cents?
No.
Okay, wrong song.
This is the most awesome T-shirt ever. Y'all won't guess it. I'll give you 5 guesses. Try.
Walmart, Target, Woot.
Macy's.
No.
Online.
No.
Adam and Eve.
Yeah, it
came free with the subscription to Pornhub.
No.
A prize on a Cracker Jack box.
No, that's where you get to the Coda ring. For the
10
Swartz.
cereal box tops for C3POs.
Nope. At an actual place of business.
For the love of God, just say it, man, because we're going to keep coming.
We're running out of jokes, okay? Just do it.
Cracker Barrel.
Oh, Jesus.
I was close to say Cracker Jack.
That's not exactly a restaurant. Cracker Jacks are not exactly a restaurant.
Why does a Cracker Barrel serve Cracker Jacks anyway? It'd be like the perfect thing for them.
Did you get it free with one of those rocking chairs or something?
No, I would not buy a rocking chair.
They've now replaced the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine and Coast Guard rocking chairs they have. Now they have Rebel and Imperial symbols on them.
Still wouldn't buy one.
Well, just remember, you say that's an awesome shirt, but I was wearing the Halo. I forget what the acronym on there was.
UNSC.
Yeah, I was wearing that, and somebody thanked me for my service.
Was this an older guy, or was this like a younger guy?
It was an older guy. I didn't have I had to make up something that's like submarine corps. I didn't want him to feel bad.
You should have said that you fought on Planet Reach and you're one of the you're Spartan 117 or something like that. He wouldn't know what that was.
Yeah, it was funny though.
All right, I think we're running out of gas here.
Well, in regards to this, I had beans for dinner.
Oh, we're good to go. Oh, one last thing. Did you hear, and it's not a reason to completely rush back to it because I'm skeptical, but apparently the Division has a huge patch coming out.
Patch 1.8 that actually came out in September, I think, and
No, there was they're adding something else. It was something else that they were adding to it here soon because I was reading something.
Patch 1.8, which is what you sent over the group me a while ago, it was about you had, I think it was, you were able to fight in a PvE, which is player versus environment, over by where the aircraft carrier was.
Yeah, but that came out earlier.
Right. I think that came out in September. I haven't heard anything about a 1.9.
I really got to look at the dates of stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, but I mean, the Division was fun, but I think I've just moved on.
I think everybody did.
Yeah.
Minus Ubisoft.
It's when did it come out? It came out in what, 2000, late 2000, early 2016?
Late 15?
Yeah, no, it was like March of last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems a lot longer.
Seems so far away.
The last year has been pretty long, let's face it. There's been a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
Yes.
see, last year everybody was dying. This year everybody's
wishing they were dead.
or not being sexually well, yeah, never mind.
Yep. Oh gee, I made the Bitcoin joke and here we go. Bitcoin plunges 2,000 after wild record ride puts past 1,000. So
yeah. A friend of mine put a post up the other day. It's like, yeah, I'm really interested in this Bitcoin thing. And then he put a post up saying, he's like, well, I'm happy I didn't put any money into it.
Wow. What a scam. What a scam.
Oh, it's all a scam. That Gridcoin, e-currency in general right now is a scam. It's not controllable. You can make it yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Some unknown person makes a currency and all of a sudden it's worth $1,000 for one. $11,000. Yeah.
Well, you guys call it a scam, but people are buying real products with that stuff.
Yes, people are using it, but at the end of the day, if you've got a Bitcoin wallet and you've got one Bitcoin in there, what's it worth? It's not something tangible you're holding. There is nothing there other than
you say that, but if I went to the bank right now and told them to empty out my bank account, they would not be able to give me all that cash. So theoretically, my currency is all digital right now. I can't touch it.
The only currency that matters is gold and silver.
Exactly.
So
I don't know. It just something about the whole concept seems off.
Well, it's due for a fall. It's due for a what do you call it, a
collapse.
Yeah, that's a word. That's a good word. Collapse. It's due for a collapse, and it's only a matter of time before those people who bought $1,000 bitcoins are going to be worth about 10 cents.
Exactly.
Well, the Micro Center, which is like 40 minutes to an hour away from my house, they actually combat the data mining people who use the graphics cards because they use the graphics cards to data mine. So what they do is say you go in there and you want to buy a 1080 and it's $600. Well, the first card is $600. The second card is $900. The third card is $10,000.
Okay, why would they care? Number one,
because it was creating this huge issue over the summer to where people couldn't buy graphic cards because data miners were buying them out left and right. Hell, I have a graphics card in my son's computer that's like 4 years old, but if I go to list it online, it lists for $400. I bought it for like $220. It's just that the whole thing is so inflated because data miners are buying cards out left and right. So people who want to get them for games can't.
I mean, I can go on the whole PC I bought, which has, you know, whatever the RX 480 or whatever Radeon cards in here. I bought the whole thing for $700. Is about what I paid for this.
Yeah.
So I don't get how one retail store doing that is gonna, you know, is gonna prevent that, especially when I can go to Newegg and I can just buy a, you know, let me see, let's see what do we got.
I mean, the prices are more expensive now than what they were before. I haven't checked the prices in a month, but they were inflated for a long time because data mining.
That I can't imagine that's, you know, because you can buy a brand new GTX 1080 for $500. So, and I can add a dozen of them to my cart.
Okay, so it's come down, but I mean, for a while there, I mean, over the summer it was bad. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, I was looking to upgrade components in a computer, and I couldn't do it. It's like cards were just too expensive at the time. So, but anyway,
Yeah, I don't know. So, I don't know. I just think it's funny that everybody's putting all this money into it, and
I'll stick to gold and silver. Thanks.
All right, thanks a lot, Tom. I just want to check my news feed. The first picture that I saw was of Thanos, and I thought, oh crap, there's a scrotum face. Thank you a lot.
My work here is done.
Bruce,
right, actually, I think,
Bruce Willis with a nutsack on his chin. Look at the top of his face.
You can't unsee that either.
No, you can't. All right, I'm running out of steam, not y'all, so I'm going to head in this one. Thank you for everybody for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Later.
See ya.